coming up. It has been dry over the last few days. We do have a flooding threat tonight and into your tomorrow. I have all the details coming up.
The holiday spirit is taking over OU's campus. Find out how the university is spreading Christmas cheer to students. And a lack of funding is affecting child care centers throughout Oklahoma. How families could be affected. This is OU Nightly. Rain is finally making its way back into Oklahoma. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Bryn Mead.
And I'm Clay Webster. Let's get right over to our meteorologist, Parker Schrader. Parker, what can we expect?
Yeah, guys, it has been pretty dry over the last few days, but right now, temperature-wise, we're sitting around those upper 70s here in Norman, a little bit cooler off to the north of I-40. Got some temperatures up into those mid and upper 60s, and this warmer area down here, this is where we're going to have our concentrated area for storms. Now, later today, though, if you do plan on to go out to the holiday lights out on the South Oval, around 6 o'clock, we do have some cooler temperatures down into the low 70s, but we do have those scattered rain chances throughout the afternoon and into your evening. So keep that in mind if you're going out to watch that. Now, for later on in the show, got those severe storms that we do have later tonight. Cooler temperatures ahead, and I got to look into your game day forecast for your Saturday. But guys, I'll go and send it back over to you guys.
Thanks, Parker. Well, OU is kicking off the holiday season with a Christmas event this evening. OU Nightly's Emma McAndrews is live on the South Oval with what's in store for tonight's festivities. Emma?
Bryn, Clay, in about an hour and a half, OU's final signature event of their Soville series, Holiday Lights, will kick off. Now you can see right behind me, the tree is already lit, the OU topper is on, and this event will just light up the South Oval as a holiday light show will be projected right onto the Bazell Memorial Library. But that's not it. Other activities OU says they will have include food trucks, s'mores, live reindeer, and, of course, Santa Claus. The OU community and general public are invited to join in on the festivities. And in an email to OU Nightly, OU says they hope with the event it is, quote, fostering a deeper sense of community and belonging among students and supports students' social and emotional development. While you are here, OU says you can also donate to the Fill the Trolley toy drive happening tonight. All donations will be supporting the Cleveland County Christmas store. Now, the event starts at 6 p.m. tonight, but if you can't make it, don't worry. OU says the light show will run daily from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. through December 24th. Reporting on the South Oval, I'm Emma McAndrews, OU Nightly.
Thank you, Emma. There is news coming out of the White House as President Trump meets with the leader of Saudi Arabia. Elle Gedman has that in the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center. Elle.
President Donald Trump held a meeting with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Trump formalized his decision to sell F-35 fighter jets as well as nearly 300 tanks, part of a commitment by Saudi Arabia to invest a total of $1 trillion in the U.S. Saudi Arabia also asked the president to step in and help end the war in Sudan. After the $102 million Louvre heist, security is being boosted. The head of the museum said the new surveillance cameras and anti-intrusion systems will be installed at the Paris landmark. There's expected to be around 100 cameras that will be up and running by the end of next year, while the anti-intrusion systems will be put in place within 2 weeks. The Trump administration is creating a new system to expedite visas for fans traveling to the United States for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. This is aimed at managing an expected influx of millions attending the tournament. The new system, nicknamed FIFA Pass, will give World Cup ticket holders priority access to U.S. visa interviews beginning in early 2026. And an Australian prisoner sues for his right to eat Vegemite, claiming in a lawsuit that the prison ban breaches his human right to, quote, enjoy his culture as an Australian. Clay, Bryn.
Well, child care centers across the nation are struggling with low funding because of the recent government shutdown. However, there's another problem they're facing here in Oklahoma. OU Nightly reporter Nikki Womack has the reason why. Nikki?
Going into the holiday season, many child care centers are taking a hit because of the previous government shutdown. Bright Start Early Education Center in Norman got notice in October that some families with children ages 6 to 12 will not be able to come back. Bright Start Program Director Brandy Madden said they found out it wasn't about the shutdown at all. The culprit? Inadequate state funding.
City has really nothing to do with the government shutdown. It's just about funding was not appropriate.
Child care advocate Joe Dorman says there was an audit of the Department of Human Services requesting to investigate the misallocation of child care funds.
The state through ARPA, several $1 million worth of misallocation that did not go where the federal government placed stipulations.
Because of the funds missing, many centers like Bright Start are seeing the effects.
If I can't renew my school-age program, I have school-age teachers that don't have a job.
The staff at Bright Start loves the children they work with and say that if this was about the shutdown, the outlook would be brighter.
Cried. I sat here after we closed at 6 p.m. that evening and I shedded some tears because it's scary and it's hard to be the person to say, hey, I'm sorry you didn't renew. I don't know what to tell you. This is the hardest job you'll ever love because you take their heartache with you. And then when you have to give the heartache out, it's hard to take. So.
Madden said how it's unclear what the future will look like for child care benefits, but Bright Start is doing what they can to help their families and community. Reporting in Norman, Nikki Womack, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Nikki. Madden says that Bright Star is collecting donations right now to help out their families during this season.
And scientists made a striking discovery about a chemical that many try to normally avoid. It may actually make you smarter. We have a breakdown of that study coming up.
And after a long-awaited battle, the Epstein files are closer than ever to being released to the public. Find out where that bill currently sits coming up.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over. Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
We said we'd never give in to a meltdown.
Mariella!
Never leave the house looking, well, and never let them out of our sight.
Got it.
Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
Rodeos in Texas and Oklahoma have been canceled this week due to a new virus affecting horses. Abigail Nickel has that and more in today's Earth Report.
That's right, Bryn. The Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food and Forestry has confirmed 2 cases of a highly contagious virus affecting horses. Riders who were competing in the Lazy E Arena barrel racing competition in Guthrie were advised to leave and the remainder of the shows were canceled. Here's a statement from Barrel Futures of America released yesterday saying the state has not quarantined the Lazy E yet. Officials say the original exposure to the virus traces back to a show last week in Waco, Texas. And Facebook's parent company Meta has plans to build an AI data center in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. This week, some residents near the construction site weighed in on environmental concerns.
And I, for one, am not interested in the death that is AI. I am interested in the life that is water and our planet, Mother Earth.
City leaders say they will meet with individuals to talk about their concerns later on. And typical levels of fluoride in drinking water do not impair cognitive abilities and may even boost them. That's according to a new study. Scientists found students with full childhood exposure to recommended fluoride levels scored higher than those with no exposure. The report challenges claims sparked by a recent government study that linked fluoride to lower IQ. Bryn, Clay.
Thanks, Abigail. After receiving overwhelming support in both the House and the Senate, the bill requiring the Department of Justice to release files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein heads to President Donald Trump's desk for a signature. And after months of pushing back against it, he has said that he will sign it into law. Correspondent Julia Benbrook is at the White House with the details.
A White House official told our team that in recent days there was an understanding that a vote on releasing the files was an inevitable reality. That likely played a role in President Donald Trump's sharp turn from branding the issue as a, quote, Democratic hoax to saying he will sign the bill into law. The bill, which orders the Department of Justice to release all files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, passed in the House with overwhelming support Tuesday afternoon.
The yeas are 427, the nays are 1.
And then just hours later, the Senate adopted it.
The Senate has passed the bill under unanimous consent.
Now the question is, when will Americans see what is in these files? That's essentially up to the DOJ, and ongoing investigations could complicate that process. Just last week, Trump directed the DOJ to investigate several high-profile Democrats for their ties to Epstein.
Even if they do these what seem to be partisan investigations, that's another thing that bothers me about the announcement the president made is he named Democrats and things that he was going to investigate. These survivors are not partisan. They don't belong to one party, and the perpetrators aren't either. And so this shouldn't be about political divide. So I hope that was sort of a bluff, and I hope that the DOJ will release all the files.
The legislation gives the Justice Department 30 days after it's enacted to comply and make public the files related to Epstein's case. At the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
And OU Nightly will continue to keep you updated with further developments on that bill.
And burger lovers, get ready. A popular restaurant has finally landed in Oklahoma.
Find out which nationally loved chain is inspiring some long lines.
And it's been shorts weather the last few days, but we might be leaning a little more towards some jacket weather. I've got it all coming up.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. It's been a warm one, it's been a dry one, and looking at that campus cam down at the Weather Center, looking at Highway 9 Jenkins, pretty clear right now, but the sky is not showing that right now. It's gotten a lot cloudier, but it's still up into those upper 70s right now with a little bit of a light breeze out of the south, about 5 miles per hour. But like I said, it's cloudy right now. That cloud cover has increased over the last few hours. We kind of see across the state, definitely building up a lot of clouds over the state. Now that does affect a little bit of our temperatures here in the metro. Again, we're still pretty warm here, a little cooler out in El Reno and Yukon around those upper 60s, but up to the north, we're a lot cooler up into those upper 60s and a little bit cooler into those mid 60s out by Guyman. And that's going to kind of be a little bit different though as we head closer into your Thanksgiving week. We're expecting some below average temperatures for your Thanksgiving week. So finally, we're going to potentially see some actual more fall-like temperatures. I feel like I've been saying that over the last few weeks, but it is coming. But we do tonight have a severe weather threat for much of the eastern part of the state and south central. We have a marginal level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather. Now, this is a pretty low risk, and that's kind of the same thing with our threats. Main threats for tonight will be some larger hail and some gusty winds and that flooding risk as well. We do have a marginal risk of flooding down from the Weather Prediction Center down around the southern portions of our state, and that is also going to increase over the next few days on your Thursday with a slight risk out across eastern portions and still on here in Norman as a marginal. So we've got a lot of rain heading our way, so let's go ahead and time that out and let's show you what we got. So tonight we do have some scattered showers that, again, like I mentioned, might potentially affect that the lights show, on the south oval, but really it's going to be kind of scattered in nature as we kind of head into your tonight. But Thursdays, when we're going to see that big time rain potential here in Norman as you're heading to your morning classes. Those definitely keep that in mind. Want to bring that rain jacket or something to kind of keep you dry, because it's going to come and move in, but it'll move out pretty quick. We're going to be pretty dry as we head into your Friday morning, and so it'll be good rain that we need, but it's not going to really bust our drought too much. We're going to be staying pretty dry as we head into your Friday and Saturday, but it will be certainly, we need some rain. We've been needing it pretty bad. We have some potential up to about a 3/10 of an inch, a little closer to an inch out to the eastern portions of the state, but it's going to be at least a little something. We need it, and we got it coming for your tomorrow and tonight. Now, game day, we do have a game, of course, heading into your Saturday against the Missouri Tigers. It's going to be a little cool as we head into tailgate, but it's going to be sticking up to those mid to upper 50s and around halftime up into those low 60s. Now, of course, since we have that severe weather threat, I'm going to go ahead and promote the good old weather call here for the OU Nightly. $12 out of the year, $1 a month. We do have this where you can get a severe weather alerts from your meteorologist here at OU Nightly. So keep that in mind. And then the 7-day forecast, we're looking at some temperatures up into those low 60s and into some 50s. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be definitely a little wet as we head into your next week and into your tonight. So that is something that is definitely going to be changing. We've been dry, we've been hot. It's been almost shorts weather, but I think you're going to be able to ditch the shorts here pretty soon.
Man, I just feel like a broken record constantly saying I am looking for those fall temps to finally come.
It's been bad. It's been really warm, but finally I think we're going to see some actual cool temperatures.
Gosh, well, I feel like with those colder temperatures, I'm going to need a nice burger fresh off the grill. And speaking of shaking things up, Oklahoma's first Shake Shack officially opened this morning. Situated in the Oak community in Oklahoma City, guests can grub on everything from burgers to hand-spun milkshakes. And according to Oak, for every sandwich sold today, Shake Shack will donate $1 to the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma. And right next door at the Paycom Center, the Thunder are shaking up the NBA Cup.
In Week 13, college football rankings have dropped. Find out who the Sooners could face in the college football playoffs.
Yeah, guys, even hear about who received postseason awards from volleyball. And bringing it right back to basketball, I'll have the latest on OU women's basketball next in sports.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking.
Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
All right, look at you taking the stairs. Who are you?
We're your lungs. We are proud of you for quitting smoking, but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable.
Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Hello, I'm Dalton Davis, and it's time for sports. The Oklahoma Sooners continue to deliver on the road as they are undefeated away from Norman this season and are now tied for the most ranked wins nationally. But John Mateer knows it's been far from easy.
It's hard, but it's not the hardest thing ever. It's just discipline. I believe you can have discipline in what you think, and you can stop yourself from thinking certain things, and you just don't get carried away. Don't look at social media, just like always. And it was bad at some point. Everybody hated me, and now everybody wants us in playoffs. I gotta keep it even keel and go play ball.
The Sooners are playing great football with back-to-back wins at Tennessee and Alabama. It's fitting Bama lost because their state abbreviation is AL. With these wins, the Sooners have jumped from 18th to 8th, faster than Dominic Toretto. If the playoffs were to start today, the Sooners would play 9th-ranked Notre Dame in Norman, and with the win, play Ohio State. Now with 2 games left in the regular season versus Missouri and LSU, OU hopes to keep it in the family and remain in the playoffs and finish their season 12-2. Floating over to OU women's basketball, Reagan Beers and 8th-ranked Sooners face off against East Texas A&M tonight at 6 p.m. Oklahoma is on a 3-game win streak, and all 3 games they've won by 25 or more points. The Sooners enter this game with an 8-game home winning streak, which is the second longest in the SEC. OU looks to keep that streak alive. On Tuesday, in LeBron James' return against the Jazz, former Sooner Austin Reeves took the spotlight and put up 26 points on 63% shooting from the field. He did his best Shai Gilgeous-Alexander impression and shot 12 free throws and made 11 of them. Reeves and the Lakers turned the Jazz into a lullaby, putting them to sleep 140-126. Also tonight at 7 p.m., the OKC Thunder play the Sacramento Kings. This is their 3rd matchup of the year, and the Thunder are 2-0 against this team. Watching this is like Goku versus Vegeta. We already know who's going to win. The Thunder have been on high voltage all season. No wonder my electric bill is so high. Oklahoma City averages over 121 points a game, ranks 1st in steals, 2nd in forced turnovers, 2nd in rebounding, while having the best record in the league, 14-1. With the SEC tournament around the corner, OU volleyball stars Alexis Shelton and Kelly Jo Burgess have earned all SEC honors. Clay, Bryn, back to you.
Thanks, Dalton. And coming up, the USPS is keeping up with a holiday tradition that not even the Grinch can steal.
Slay what? Find out how you can help Santa spread Christmas cheer this holiday season.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria? When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
One man is in critical condition following a shooting Tuesday morning by East Imhoff Road. Norman police arrested 2 people, Jeremy Payne and Brandy Webb. Payne was arrested 10 days ago by the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office on drug trafficking charges. Police say the initial investigation revealed the 2 were planning to rob the victim when shots were fired. Bryn, Clay.
Well, we do have that severe weather threat later tonight, but I'll go ahead and kind of promote that weather call. If you miss it for just $12 a year or $1 a month, you can get a specialized voicemail from your OU Nightly meteorologist talking with those severe weather updates and when you get those alerts. And then for your 7-day forecast, we do have that rain chance later tonight and into your tomorrow. But otherwise, temperature-wise, we're looking pretty cool. That's for sure, with some 60s and 50s on the way.
Thanks, Parker. I'm just going to echo what Clay said before. Slay what? Because the U.S. Postal Service is trading snail mail for sleigh mail. USPS Operation Santa is back in full swing, letting you adopt a letter that kids send to the North Pole.
The tradition has been going for over 100 years, and now you can join in on the fun. On the Operation Santa website, you can read the handwritten letters and make a children's Christmas wish a reality. USPS handles the special delivery, no reindeer required.
And thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Bryn Mead.
And I'm Clay Webster. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.